Football Weekly, telling like it is, week 10 in the NFL. Great week for games this week. Let's just chill out the Sam Spence there in the background. No Rosie in the studio today yet. She'll come in later. I have to up her salary to 2 biscuits, maybe. Maybe then I can get her to come back in here. We'll see. But big games this week. Already had a crazy game. I was wondering if the Ravens were going to have an effect from that overtime game and played like crap versus Miami and really hurt themselves as far as a seeding situation. Then again, you got to give Miami credit. It's 2 weeks in a row they played tough, starting to rally a little bit, and good win. But 7-7, 6-6 week for me last week actually. This week got a little bit less crazy spreads, but we got some flat number spreads, which is always interesting. But that's why I don't pick versus spreads. But we got some great games. Team of the week last week. It's tough. It's tough to say. The Cardinals winning the way they did without Kyler Murray is very impressive. Then again, what the Saints did to the Rams. What the Saints did last week, very impressive also. Not to the Rams, but what the Saints did, very impressive. So we got some great games this week. Got some nut-cutting games in a better sense in that the winner will be on their way and the loser will go back into the fray. So, like I said, team of the week last week for me is the Cards. That 8-1 number without Kyler Murray. I mean, that's very impressive win for the Cards, and without several other key players. Aaron Rodgers back this week without his vaccine, and Ben Roethlisberger out with the vaccine. So those of you on the left will be so unhappy because you love to be unhappy. So not to get political, but they're both going to sit out a game. What a shock. So we'll start today with Bills, the Jets. Bills, really bad week last week. Not a good loss. Again, 5-3. They're lucky they're playing the crap division. 5-3 at the Jets, 2-6. And this Mike White talk around here in New York is just been crazy talk. I mean, Bills favored by 13.5, so that is a little bit of a wild spread, but the rest of the week only has some of the spreads. Most spreads are pretty low except for the Jags and the Colts. But I don't know, it's Mike White thing. We'll see. The Bengals defense was so pedestrian. All they did was hit checkdowns all day. And if I'm the Bills, I'm going to find out if he could throw deep, although the Bills linebacker is out. So that's definitely going to hurt. I got a fresh cut here, guys, by the way. Looking good. Chris Carter, by the way. I couldn't do the Viking post game for 2 weeks in a row. It's just so miserable to watch Mike Zimmer be so conservative after Barr gets a big pick. We go 2 runs and out. We win 6 times from the bunch formation, and we gained about -4 yards in the 6th total. So just jackassery by the Vikings, and we'll get to that game later because if we lose today, season's over. And then I would like to see Mike fired. And I like Zimmer. I've supported him. He's over 500. I think he runs a good program, but the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And it's got to be him telling these offensive play calls. I mean, I know he's not calling the plays, but the fact that they went down the field and tied it up with 3 outset, 3 great wides that they have. And as soon as we get the ball in overtime, we go back into a shell. It's just stupid. So I'm sorry when you do that. When you think you have to be the smartest guy in the room, it's time to go. Bucks at the Skins. Bucks 9.5-point favorite on the road. It's always tough. Skins defense is pretty good, but the Skins have been a little bit disappointing this year. I guess I'll take the Bucks. I'll take the Jets to cover, but I'll also take the Bucks. But I think the Bucks get to 7-2 here. I think they're prime, and they're not going to have a letdown. Tom Brady doesn't have letdowns too often, but he has 11 game once in a while. Falcons at the Cowboys, big game. I'm rooting for the Cowboys today. Cowboys really threw a lemon in last week. The Broncos, one of my teams of the week. If I had to pick another team, that just dominated the Cowboys. If they're losing Von Miller, but the Cowboys 6-2 got to get back on track, and I need the Cowboys to win this game just in case my shitty Vikings get anything done. I might have a chance. So Cowboys +9 though. I'm thinking the Falcons keep it close, but I'll take the Cowboys to win the game, but the Falcons will cover. Saints at the Titans. Saints looked okay, 5-3. At the Titans, 7-2. Titans, great job last week. I mean, to win without freaking Henry, and that could be team of the week too, and smack the Rams. I mean, they just basically smacked them all over the place. Again, for the same reason, Titans by 3 at home. I'm picking the Titans this week without Henry, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with the quarterback play of the Saints. Again, it's such a tough thing right now to watch what the Saints have to go through, as far as this quarterback situation. Jameis is out. I feel bad for Jameis. I think he was finally going to come into his own there, and he got ripped off a little bit. I'll take the Titans, giving away 3. That's a flat spread. Jags at the Colts. Colts favored by 10.5. The Colts are hot. I guess this is a hot pick. But again, the Jags defense looked pretty good last week. Colts by 10.5 at home. I mean, Wentz looks pretty good, but every time you try to invest in Wentz, he just disappoints you. But I will take the Colts at 10.5 at home. They need this game. They're 4-5. They win this game, they're right back in the mix. Big game for them. Lions, the Steelers, no Roethlisberger. That's a big deal with the Lions get off the schneid. They've been close several times this year. I mean, I know it sounds like a joke to say they're the best 0-8 team I've ever seen, but it's true. They've had some great opportunities this year, and they've lost some tough games. I think the Steelers will still take care of business. Hopefully, for their sake, they don't misspend too long. I hate to see teams lose games with injuries, and in this case, COVID protocols, it sounds like. Steelers are favored by 9. I mean, I think the Lions will cover, but I'll take the Steelers to win the game. And I think the Lions will go to 0-9. By the way, I don't even know who the best pick is, first pick in the draft is this year in college football. Let's see who that should be. Best game of the day, Browns versus Pats, 5-4, 5-4. I love these kind of games. Browns showed last week without OBJ, who is definitely the biggest bitch in history, one of the top 5 bitches in the history of the NFL. Glad to see them win without him. I think the Rams, as soon as they picked up OBJ, one of the receivers got hurt. It's like that karma thing. So the Rams are going to have a tough time, I think, handling this guy, and he just doesn't want to be there. I mean, plus, let's look at his production. Doesn't produce, so you can bitch all you want. He's just not that good anymore. His rookie numbers have gone down every year since his rookie year. He's famous for losing a game with a great catch. Well, he made a great catch and they lost the game. So, see you later. It's like Andy Chavez's catch for the Mets in Game 6. You lost. Next. So Browns versus Pats. I'll take the Pats at home, giving up 1.5. Well, the Browns looked good last week, and Baker's got to be the happiest guy in America, not to have some guy bitching at him all game long. And it's amazing how they looked without him, and that's what it does for you. And the average fan sitting out there looking at fantasy points looks at the guy like Odell and says, "Oh, he's talented. Yeah, but he's a pain in the ass. At what point is his talent not worth it? He's a pain in the ass. And what has his talent done for him the last couple of years? He's done nothing. He's either hurt or it's about him. Well, it's always about him. He's not getting it done. So time to move on. All right, Pats take the 1.5. Now my Vikings at the Chargers here. Chargers favored by 2.5. Knowing the Vikings, we'd find a way to lose by 1 if we could. No, that's what we do. But the Vikes last week didn't have any turnovers. Had a special team touchdown. We forced them to 2 turnovers, and we lost the game. This is what the Vikings do. We get the ball at the 40-yard line. We go bunch formation twice in a row, and on third and I think 11, we can't do it against the Ravens. This is the Ravens. This is not a stupid team. And I told you before that Ravens had the big advantage in coaching, and it sure looked at last week. We should have won that game. Everything, all those key plays pointing to that. And again, before the half, we give up pass interference, let them right back in the game. Again, before the half, we have a situation where it's 2nd and 11. If you run the ball there and get to 3rd and 11, you make them use a timeout or you let time run off the clock. But we don't do that. We don't make them make a choice. And so then we get an incomplete pass. And then on 3rd, we get an incomplete pass. So we just don't understand how to run clock. In that situation there, you call a screen or something that's going to make the clock run. And we don't do it. And so we don't make the clock run before the half. And nobody thinks about that. But that's before the half. That counts too. And that touchdown let them right back in the game. And the Vikings clock match, if you watch them every week, it's just a disgrace. I mean, you don't even have the heart to come on. I guess I'm afraid what I'm going to say. So you don't want to come on there and just crush a team so bad. But the post game stuff, I mean, it's just awful how bad we were in these decisions. And then we pick off a ball with Barr, and then we get the ball at the 40, and then again we go right down the field with 3 wides to tie the game, and then we stop playing. Play calling is atrocious. So Kubiak's got to go. I mean, he's terrible at it. But then again, we'll have our 5th offensive coordinator in 6 seasons if he goes. And our best offensive coordinator has been Fritz Shermer. I know that he's not had a good success as a head coach, but he was good for us. But then again, he had Case, who was very mobile. We're just not a good offensive team, and we need to get somebody in there who's obviously can call plays, because it's not a good situation for us. Panthers at the Cards. Cards favored by 10. I'm gonna take the Vikes in that game, by the way. But Panthers at the Cards. Cards favored by 10. That's a lot. Murray's it's gonna be a tough game time decision. I guess I'll take the Cards. Sam Darnold's been just pitiful, and I think he's done now for a while. Obviously, with a chipped or a broken shoulder or something of that nature. Should be interesting. Eagles at the Broncos. My son's Broncos getting it done here, 5-4. If they could ever get to 6-4, you're right in the mix. I need them to win this game anyway, so my crappy Vikings could have a cushion in case we ever did win another game again. But like I said about the Vikes, if we got to 5-6, I said this two weeks ago, we'd be okay. But you got to find a way to do that. So I'm going to go with the Bronx, giving away 3. All right. The Pack at home, 3.5 versus the Hawks. Russell Wilson is cleared, but the Pack is going to be looking to go today to 8-2. I think they feast this week, and Jordan Love did not look ready last week. Let's just say that. So I think they better figure out something with Aaron Rodgers. Chiefs at the Raiders, 5-4 versus 5-3. Second big game of the week that we talked about. We had Browns, Pats. This directly affects the AFC. I'd like to see the Raiders win this game. Chiefs have been very inconsistent. And, I think the Raiders can win this game, 2.5. Raiders have been through a lot. Some funny memes on Facebook about how the Raiders haven't had any controversies in 4 days, which is kind of funny. But hopefully the Raiders can protect their home field here and get off the field with a 3-point win. I'm going to take the Raiders. They're 5-3. Chiefs are 5-4. Great nut-cutting game. And then, of course, the Rams at the Niners, 7-2 versus 3-5. I need the Rams to take care of business and bounce back today with a 3.5 favorite on the road. And they see the Rams get to 8-2, and the Niners get stuck in the mire at 3-5. Maybe they'll quit before the Vikes happen. But Week 10 definitely has some great games, and the standings are really taking shape. And it's going to be an exciting time. Week 10, high school basketball season starts tomorrow here in Long Island, and it's going to be fun stuff. Be ready with the Sharks. Get them out there at 4:30 tomorrow. Get a practice. Definitely check us out on iTunes, Spotify, all right, Anchor, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever you got. Also, we got our league previews. Already did a League 2 preview, a League 4 preview, and a League 5 preview for high school basketball. We got a couple more this week, and then we're done and we roll, and then we're ready, and we go on, and we're ready for a great high school basketball season. Hopefully we can beat all the COVID, and we can have a fine season. We'll have some fun. So let's go Vikes. Let's get a W today on the board. And let's enjoy this week of football. Week 10 here. It should be really fun to do this. And then we're getting to that holiday time around soon. It's around the corner. When Thanksgiving's here, you know that the people are cutting their teeth on these playoffs. So we're more than halfway now. So it's a pretty exciting time. Thanks for doing it on Telling Like It Is. Peace out.